From a dirt-poor girl in a one-room cabin in the Tennessee mountains to a global icon who redefined country music and philanthropy, Dolly Parton has inspired generations with her unbreakable spirit and timeless talent. With a net worth of $650 million and accolades including 10 Grammy Awards, a Kennedy Center honor, and induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame, she's not just a singer. She's a cultural force in music, film, and business. But what secrets lie behind her glittering facade? How did she build an empire from humble beginnings, and what does her private world of homes, cars, and loved ones truly look like? Stick around as we dive into the extraordinary lifestyle of Dolly Parton. Early life and challenges. Dolly Parton's story begins in the rugged hills of East Tennessee, where she was born on January 19, 1946, into a family struggling against the harsh realities of rural poverty. The fourth of 12 children, she grew up in Locust Ridge, a remote area near the Great Smoky Mountains, in a cramped one-room cabin that lacked basic amenities like running water or electricity. Her father, Robert Lee Parton, worked tirelessly as a tobacco farmer and construction laborer, often scraping by to feed his large family. Times were tough, money was scarce, and the family relied on homegrown food and bartering for essentials. In fact, when Dolly was born, her father paid the doctor with a sack of cornmeal instead of cash, a testament to their dire financial straits. Despite the hardships, family bonds provided a foundation of resilience and creativity. Dolly's mother, Avie Lee Owens Parton, came from a musical lineage and played a pivotal role in shaping her daughter's passion for music. Avie Lee would sing old folk songs and hymns to her children, using storytelling and melodies to instill hope amid the struggles. She taught Dolly about perseverance, often sharing tales of faith and family unity that helped the kids endure long winters and lean harvests. Dolly credits her mother with nurturing her imagination, saying that those early songs were her escape from the daily grind of chores like milking cows and tending the garden. The challenges Dolly faced were not just economic, but also emotional and physical. As a child, she dealt with the isolation of rural life, where opportunities were limited and education was basic. She attended a one-room schoolhouse, but her real lessons came from life's adversities. One poignant story from her youth involves the family's constant battle with illness. With so many siblings, medical care was a luxury they couldn't afford, leading to moments of fear and loss. Dolly herself experienced bullying at school for her homemade clothes and outspoken personality, which only fueled her determination to prove herself. Another trial came when her father lost crops to bad weather, plunging the family deeper into debt and forcing young Dolly to contribute by performing odd jobs. These experiences forged her work ethic, teaching her that success required grit and optimism. As she once reflected, the poverty of her childhood made her appreciate every small victory, setting the stage for her relentless pursuit of dreams. Yet, through it all, the Parton family's closeness offered solace. Siblings shared everything, from beds to aspirations, and music became their collective outlet. Dolly's uncles and grandparents also influenced her, with one uncle introducing her to the guitar at age 7. This early exposure to instruments amid hardship sparked her lifelong love affair with songwriting. By age 10, she was performing on local radio, turning personal pain into poetry. These formative years, marked by scarcity but rich in love, laid the groundwork for her empathy and generosity later in life. As we transition from these humble roots, let's explore how Dolly channeled that inner strength into a groundbreaking career that catapulted her to stardom. Career journey. Dolly Parton's ascent in the music world started modestly but quickly gained momentum, transforming her from a small-town dreamer into a multifaceted superstar. Fresh out of high school in 1964, she moved to Nashville, the heart of country music, with little more than a guitar and a suitcase full of songs. Her first break came when she signed with Monument Records, releasing her debut single, Dumb Blonde, in 1967, which cracked the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. This early success caught the eye of industry heavyweight Porter Wagoner, who invited her to join his syndicated TV show, The Porter Wagoner Show, as a regular performer and duet partner. That gig not only gave her national exposure but also honed her stage presence, blending her bubbly personality with heartfelt lyrics. The 1970s marked a pivotal era of breakthroughs for Dolly. After parting ways with Wagoner in 1974 amid creative differences, she famously wrote "I Will Always Love You" as a farewell. She launched her solo career with RCA Records. Hits like Jolene in 1973 became instant classics, showcasing her storytelling prowess and vocal range. The song, inspired by real-life encounters, topped the country charts and crossed over to pop audiences. By 1977, she had her first crossover smash with "Here You Come Again," which earned her a Grammy for Best Female Country Vocal Performance. This period also saw her expand into acting. Her role in the 1980 film 9 to 5 alongside Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin was a box office hit, grossing over $100 million, and the title song became an anthem for working women, earning an Academy Award nomination. Building on this momentum, the 1980s solidified Dolly's status as a cultural icon. She starred in films like The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas in 1982 and Rhinestone in 1984, blending humor and heart. Musically, albums such as Trio in 1987 with Linda Ronstadt and Emmylou Harris won critical acclaim and a Grammy. Her entrepreneurial spirit shone through with the opening of Dollywood in 1986, a theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, that celebrated her roots and became a major tourist attraction, drawing millions annually. This venture not only diversified her income, but also created jobs in her hometown, reflecting her commitment to community. The 1990s and beyond brought even more accolades and reinventions. In 1999, she was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, recognizing her 25 #1 hits on the Billboard country charts, a record for female artists. Albums like Eagle When She Flies in 1991 went platinum, and her bluegrass revival with The Grass Is Blue in 1999 earned another Grammy. Dolly's philanthropy amplified her legacy. Through her Imagination Library, launched in 1995, she has distributed over 250 million books to children worldwide, earning her the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize in 2019. In film, her performance in Steel Magnolias in 1989 showcased her dramatic range, while producing credits on projects like Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 1992 expanded her Hollywood footprint. Entering the new millennium, Dolly continued to evolve. She received the National Medal of Arts in 2005 and a Kennedy Center Honor in 2006, honoring her contributions to American culture. Her 2011 Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award celebrated a career spanning over 50 albums and 100 million records sold. Recent milestones include her 2022 induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, despite initial reluctance, and collaborations with artists like Miley Cyrus, her goddaughter. Dolly's business acumen led to ventures like her own record label and a Netflix series based on her songs. With 11 Grammy wins from 54 nominations, plus Academy Award nods and Emmy recognitions, her achievements are unparalleled. As her career flourished, so did her ability to afford a life of luxury, starting with her stunning real estate holdings. Let's step inside the world of her properties, where comfort meets grandeur in her cherished Tennessee retreat. Real estate. Dolly Parton's real estate portfolio reflects her deep ties to her Tennessee roots, blending rustic charm with upscale amenities that suit her vibrant lifestyle. While she has owned various homes over the years, her primary residence stands out as a testament to her success, a sprawling farmhouse ranch that serves as a private sanctuary away from the spotlight. The Tennessee Ranch Retreat, $10 million, Nestled in the affluent suburb of Brentwood, just outside Nashville, Tennessee, this impressive farmhouse ranch embodies Dolly's love for the countryside while offering the conveniences of modern luxury. Valued at around $10 million, the property spans a generous estate, providing ample space for relaxation and family gatherings. Its location in the rolling hills of Middle Tennessee offers seclusion and proximity to the music scene that propelled her career, making it an ideal base for her busy life. The main house, designed with a farmhouse aesthetic, features multiple bedrooms and bathrooms to accommodate guests and extended family. Expansive living areas flow seamlessly, perfect for hosting intimate dinners or casual evenings. The kitchen stands as the heart of the home, equipped for preparing hearty meals inspired by Dolly's Southern heritage. Outdoor spaces enhance the ranch feel, with patios and verandas that invite enjoying the fresh air and scenic views. One of the standout features is the swimming pool, a refreshing oasis for warm Tennessee summers, surrounded by landscaped grounds that add to the serene atmosphere. Adjacent to it, a tennis court provides opportunities for active recreation, allowing Dolly to stay fit amid her demanding schedule. Further afield on the estate, small farm areas evoke her childhood memories, with room for gardening or light animal care, blending nostalgia with practicality. Barns and outbuildings offer storage and utility, supporting the ranch's self-sufficient vibe. Trails wind through the wooded sections, ideal for leisurely walks or horseback riding, connecting Dolly to nature's tranquility. Inside, the layout prioritizes comfort, with cozy fireplaces warming the common rooms during cooler months. Entertainment spaces allow for movie nights or music sessions, though kept simple to maintain a homey feel. Guest quarters ensure privacy for visitors, reflecting Dolly's hospitable nature. The ranch's design incorporates energy-efficient elements like ample natural light and sustainable materials, aligning with contemporary standards. Security features, including gated entry and surveillance, provide peace of mind in her high-profile world. This property isn't just a home, it's a hub for creativity, where Dolly has penned songs and planned projects. Its value has appreciated over time, thanks to thoughtful expansions and maintenance, making it a smart investment. Beyond the main structures, the estate boasts equestrian facilities, hinting at Dolly's occasional interest in horses. Ponds and water features add to the picturesque setting, creating spots for quiet contemplation. The overall ambiance is one of warmth and authenticity, mirroring Dolly's personality, grand yet grounded. It's a place where she can unwind after tours or recording sessions, surrounded by the beauty of her home state. As we admire this luxurious retreat, it's clear that Dolly's tastes extend to her wheels. Let's shift gears and explore her car collection, where each vehicle tells a piece of her personal story. Car collection. Dolly Parton's car collection is more than a display of wealth. It's a narrative of her journey from humble beginnings to stardom, with each vehicle holding sentimental value tied to key moments in her life. Rather than amassing flashy supercars, she favors classic American rides that evoke comfort, reliability, and a touch of glamour. We've selected 3 standout pieces from her garage, arranged from the most valuable to the least, each weaving into the tapestry of her experiences. Starting with the crown jewel, her custom, 1972 Cadillac Eldorado, valued at around $100,000 today due to its vintage status and personalization. This beauty entered Dolly's life as a lavish Christmas gift from her longtime collaborator Porter Wagoner during their heyday on his TV show. It symbolized the heights of her early success, a reward for the hard work that turned her from a struggling songwriter into a household name. Dolly cherished it for road trips through Tennessee's back roads, where the smooth ride reminded her of escaping poverty's grip. Over the years, it became a family heirloom of sorts, often parked at her ranch as a reminder of those formative partnerships that shaped her career. Driving it felt like reliving the thrill of her first big breaks, blending nostalgia with the freedom of the open road. Next in line is the 1997 Cadillac d'Elegance, with an estimated value of $80,000, a car that Dolly once called her personal favorite for its blend of elegance and everyday usability. She acquired this one during a peak in her Hollywood ventures, right around the time her films were grossing millions and her music was crossing genres. It accompanied her on commutes to recording studios and quiet drives with her late husband Carl, offering a sense of normalcy amid fame's chaos. The car's spacious interior made it ideal for hauling songbooks or gifts for her siblings, turning mundane errands into joyful outings. Dolly often recounted how it helped her stay connected to her roots, cruising through the Smoky Mountains where she grew up, its dependable engine echoing her own enduring spirit. This vehicle wasn't just transportation, it was a companion through triumphs and quieter reflections. Rounding out the trio is a classic Mercedes-Benz convertible valued at approximately $50,000, which Dolly added to her collection during her bluegrass revival phase in the late 1990s. This open-top gem captured her adventurous side, perfect for sunny days exploring Tennessee's countryside or attending charity events. It came into her possession after a successful album tour, representing a reward for reinventing herself musically. Dolly used it for spontaneous getaways, feeling the wind as she brainstormed lyrics, much like her childhood dreams of escape. Though not as ostentatious as her Cadillacs, it added variety, symbolizing her willingness to embrace new horizons while staying true to her style. These cars, collectively, paint a picture of a woman who values stories over specs, using her vehicles to honor her past and enjoy the present. With her collection reflecting such personal milestones, it's no surprise that Dolly's financial empire is equally impressive. Let's delve into the sources behind her substantial income and net worth. Income and net worth. Dolly Parton's financial success is a masterclass in diversification, turning her artistic talents into a multifaceted empire that generates steady income streams. Her net worth, estimated at $650 million as of 2025, stems from decades of smart investments, royalties, and business ventures that extend far beyond the stage. Music remains the cornerstone of her earnings. With over 3,000 songs written, Dolly collects substantial royalties from hits like I Will Always Love You, famously covered by Whitney Houston, which alone has earned her tens of millions over the years. Her catalog includes 25 #1 country singles and album sales exceeding 100 million copies worldwide. Streaming platforms add to this, with annual royalties in the millions from services like Spotify and Apple Music. Live performances, though scaled back in recent years, once brought in high six figures per show, and her residencies in Las Vegas and at Dollywood continue to contribute. Entrepreneurship amplifies her wealth significantly. Dollywood, her theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, opened in 1986 and now attracts over 3 million visitors annually, generating revenue through ticket sales, merchandise, and hospitality. The park's expansions, including hotels and water parks, have boosted its value to hundreds of millions, with Dolly owning a substantial stake. Her branded products, from perfumes and cosmetics to baking mixes under the Dolly Parton line, rake in additional millions through licensing deals with major retailers. Film and television provide another lucrative avenue. Dolly's acting roles in blockbusters like 9 to 5 and Steel Magnolias earned her upfront fees and residuals, while producing credits on shows and movies add ongoing income. Her Netflix deal for series inspired by her songs brought in 8 figures, showcasing her ability to monetize her life story. Investments and real estate round out her portfolio. Beyond her Tennessee ranch, Dolly owns commercial properties and has stakes in music publishing companies. Her savvy moves, like retaining ownership of her song rights, have paid off handsomely. Rejecting Elvis Presley's request to record I Will Always Love You preserved full control, leading to massive payouts from covers. Philanthropy, while not a direct income source, enhances her brand. indirectly boosting earnings through partnerships. Her imagination library, funded partly by her wealth, has distributed millions of books but also attracts sponsorships. Annual income fluctuates but averages around $20 million, fueled by royalties, $10 million, business ventures, $5 million, and endorsements, $5 million. Taxes and charitable donations trim this, but her frugal roots keep expenses in check. Compared to peers, Dolly's net worth surpasses many country stars thanks to her ownership mindset. This financial acumen supports a rich personal life where relationships and giving back define her beyond the dollars. As we wrap up her professional saga, let's turn to the heart of Dolly, the people and passions that ground her. Personal life. Dolly Parton's personal life is a blend of enduring love, family devotion, and quiet resilience, offering a relatable contrast to her public sparkle. At its core is her 58-year marriage to Carl Dean, whom she met outside a Nashville laundromat in 1964. They wed in 1966 in a simple ceremony in Ringgold, Georgia, and renewed their vows multiple times, including a lavish 50th anniversary celebration at their Tennessee home. Carl, a reclusive asphalt contractor who shunned the spotlight, provided Dolly with unwavering support until his passing in March 2025 at age 82 after a prolonged illness. Dolly has spoken heartfeltly about their bond, describing it as a partnership of mutual respect, where Carl's grounded nature balanced her fame. Though they never had biological children, a choice Dolly attributed to her career and health issues, they embraced a child-free life filled with nieces, nephews, and godchildren. Family ties run deep for Dolly, with her 11 siblings forming a tight-knit circle that mirrors the closeness of her upbringing. She often hosted gatherings at her ranch where stories from their impoverished childhood bonded them. Dolly's role as godmother to Miley Cyrus highlights her nurturing side. She guided the young star through fame's pitfalls, drawing from her own experiences. Milestones, like the birth of her siblings' grandchildren, brought joy, and she frequently credits her large family for keeping her humble. Controversies have occasionally shadowed her life, adding layers to her public image. Rumors of affairs, particularly during her collaborations with male co-stars, surfaced in the 1980s, fueled by tabloids. Dolly addressed them candidly, denying infidelity while admitting emotional struggles, and emphasized forgiveness in her marriage. Another scandal involved her 1982 film The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which drew criticism for its themes, but Dolly defended it as light-hearted entertainment, responding with grace and humor. More recently, health speculations arose, but she countered with transparency, sharing her battles to inspire others. Dolly's community involvement shines brightly, reflecting her authentic values. Through her Dollywood Foundation, she has supported disaster relief, donating millions to wildfire victims in her hometown and aiding flood recovery efforts. Her imagination library, inspired by her father's illiteracy, has gifted over 250 million books to children globally, earning her humanitarian awards like the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval. Active in organizations promoting literacy and women's rights, she's honored for her advocacy, linking her personal empathy to broader impact. This heartfelt authenticity in her relationships and philanthropy mirrors the warmth she infuses into her music and business, making her a beacon of kindness. As we conclude this glimpse into Dolly's world, remember her journey from rags to riches is as much about heart as it is about hustle. If this deep dive into Dolly Parton's incredible lifestyle inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe to the Celeb Spotlight for more exclusive tours and stories on your favorite stars. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Who knows which celebrity we'll spotlight next?